let's talk about why so many of you ended up broken, bitter, and blaming God. Because some of y'all don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You handed the throne of your life to somebody who didn't even qualify to sit in the lobby. You crowned a clown and called him king. And now you're mad because your circus burned down. I'm Jacob Riante. I'm Big Bro. And it don't matter if the men don't get it. Ladies, this message is for you. You keep asking, why did God let this happen? No, why did you? Let's be real. You didn't want God's timing because his timing requires patience. And patience doesn't stroke your ego, doesn't validate your insecurities, and doesn't give you that quick dopamine hit of being chosen. So you ran into the arms of a man who knew exactly what strings to pull. See, here's what manipulative men do. They study your loneliness like a blueprint. They know you crave commitment, so they dangle it like bait. They mirror your dreams back to you just enough to make you think they're your person. And you call it chemistry. But sis, it's strategy. They love bomb you so hard, your brain mistakes adrenaline for anointing. And when they've got you hooked, they start rationing the very attention they drowned you in at the start. Because control only works when it's inconsistent. And here's the truth you don't want to hear. He didn't steal your crown. You gave it to him when you made him an idol. When you started skipping prayers to answer his calls. When you poured more energy into keeping him interested than you ever poured in your purpose. That wasn't love. That was spiritual negligence dressed as romance. Now you're mad at God because the man you chose crumbled. But let me ask you, when did you ask God if he was even sent? Or were you too busy asking Google for signs and Instagram for red flag memes? Don't play victim to a choice you volunteered for. The truth is, God didn't ghost you. You ghosted him the moment you centered a man where he belonged. And anytime you pedestal a person higher than your purpose, destruction is the only possible outcome. Not because God is punishing you, but because anything you build on flesh will collapse. So let me say this for the women who need to hear it. Stop blaming God for the mess your impatience made. And stop letting men weaponize your desire for love against you. Because the most dangerous men aren't the ones who cheat. They're the ones that convince you that settling is loyalty, that ignoring red flags is faith, and that losing yourself for them is what a good woman does. That's not love. That's manipulation at a demonic level. And the only way to beat the game is to stop playing it and put God back where he belongs, at the center. And remember, ladies, accept nothing less than queen treatment.